Hi, it's Susan Edwards with the Nice Rock Shop in Paducah, Kentucky, and today we're going to do part 2 of resonance, how to be happy. Okay, so in part 1, we talked about how things start to resonate. And resonate means to vibrate in sympathy with or in harmony with something else. And so we used the guitar as an example, pretending that these big strings were life and you're one of these smaller strings. And what happens is life sometimes gets real loud and chaotic and certainly out of tune and demanding and all kinds of things. And can you hear how those other strings start to resonate with the big string that I'm playing? Well, that's what happens in life too. So whatever the loudest is around you, you're going to tend to start to vibrate with it. So if you are a healthcare worker or a first-line service person like a hairstylist or a nurse, fireman, anything that works with people who might have some chaotic or even diseased energy, then you need to watch this because resonance is really important to being happy. Okay, so here's Susan's take on being happy. Happiness is two main things. First of all, it's a frequency. We're not talking about being happy like, oh, I love my chocolate cake, or oh, I love this new boyfriend, or anything like that. Nothing superficial. What I'm talking about is happiness is a frequency and something that we can choose to resonate with. So here's how it goes. Let's say you're a radio, and on this radio you can have any station playing that you want. And in our example, 88.1 is some of the lower frequencies like fear, anxiety, jealousy, all the icky stuff. And 107.7 is all the happy stuff. It's joy and happiness and gratitude, and there's everything in between. So in our example, you can tune to one station or another. And for example, let's say you like jazz. So what station would you tune to on your radio? Probably the jazz station. Let's say it's 105. So when you tune to 105, you would expect to hear jazz music. That would be the playlist. But if you liked rock and roll was 101.2, then don't expect to hear rock and roll on the jazz station. It's not realistic. So what happens is we tend to tune with whatever station the people around us want us to tune to, or we just through resonance start to harmonize with. And often it's not real high frequency stuff. So we tend to start, going down the dial to some of the baser emotions, things like fear or jealousy or anger. Anger is a good one. And if you tune into those lower stations, then don't be surprised if the playlist is all that stuff that you don't like. Fear, anxiety, jealousy, hatred, all of those low bass emotions. So the simple thing is, well, tune it to another station that you do like. It's not always that simple, is it? So exactly how do you tune to another station? Well, it's going to be different for every single person. What I do, I know there's a couple of things that work for me. And first of all, I stop checking in on the stations that I don't like, let's say 88.1, to see if they're still playing that icky stuff I don't like. I mean, how many times have you've had an argument, or you've gotten frustrated, or you've been betrayed, or whatever, and you keep going back to it, and you're chewing on it, and it's like, yeah, you know what they did. Blah. Okay, well, that's tuning back into the station that you said you don't like the playlist of, just to see if it's still playing or not. So you just keep dialing back to what you don't want. If what you want to listen to is rock and roll, or jazz, or classic, or pick, it doesn't matter, then you have to constantly be retuning your radio back to the station that is playing the playlist that you like. So if you like play, if you like joy and childlike happiness, then you got to tune into that station. And how do you do that? Well, go do those things. Remember what we just talked about in terms of resonance? So go to the playground, play with some kids. I don't know, be silly. Go color. There's lots of opportunities to be with people who like to do the same things that you like to do. So, go out and do them. Listen to music that makes you happy or brings your spirits up. Listen to radio and TV stations, to programming that makes you happy. One of the best things to do is watch something that's funny and just laugh. If you don't have a TV or you're not able to do that like right away, just fake laugh it, ha 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 ha. I know it's kind of silly, but what happens is it brings your frequencies up, and that's exactly what you want to do. Bring your frequencies up.